Okay, welcome back. Follow me, please. This is where you learn how to control exactly how your Word document looks like. You know this. You can use Word alignment commands to change how text and object are positioned. Align center, align right, align left, or justify. Normally, for doing these things, we use to change the normal style, but there are cases inside the document in which you are allowed to use the direct formatting. If you have to center just a small part of the text, a few lines, that's correct. And then what? Margins. Oh. So this is the document we were working on. And now let me show you. First of all, how do I see the margins? Well, you see the margins in this white metered line that we see up here. This is called the ruler. If you don't see it, then you go into the View tab and click Ruler. Show the ruler, hide the ruler. Show the ruler, hide the ruler. Normally it's shown, but in many cases, depending on the settings of your installation, that could be unseen. At this point, the most important thing that we want to understand is the behavior or this triple thing up here. This is called the indentation. Let me put myself inside any part of the normal text and show you. This is the left indent. Then I have a hanging indent, and the upper part is a first line indent. So the first line indent, clicking over there, moves the point where the new line starts. Clicking here and entering return, I open a new paragraph, a new line. And you see the new line starts with this indentation. The second button here, the hanging indent, changes the position of the next lines besides the first one. And as you see, it works on any single parameter. Now it's working on the second paragraph. To work on all this paragraph, I have to select and then clicking the second triangle, I can move the hanging indent, the second line, for all paragraphs. Finally, the bottom one, the rectangle, the left indent, moves everything. It's the left indentation for all the paragraph, new line and hanging lines. What is this useful for? Well, let me open a new blank document now. Let me explain how do I work with the indentation line, the hanging indent and the first line indent. Normally, the second line indentation is off to leftwards. But let's say I have to write, for instance, a curriculum vitae 2020 tab. First lesson online at GSU. 2021. Second term of classes online at GSU. And then I type. We had some problems. At this point, I might want to have this second line to begin in line with the first one. This is where the hanging indent comes handy, because I move the second indentation there. And at this point, I have created a left indentation for all hanging lines of text after the first line. If I go to a new line, I can write here 2022 tab, and well, I assume by this time we shall remember with interest the period when we learned that it was not really absolutely necessary to attend all those meetings. H. That's how we move and we set the indentation. Should you have text which is not already complying with this indentation, like something that was before, I'm writing some useless text just to show you that this is further text. This paragraph has all indentation perfectly aligned left. The next paragraph, you see up there, the indentation has changed. This one I created myself. So if we want 2020 to align also this part of text with the indentation of the second part, we select everything and we reset indentation lines for the whole chapters. One more thing that is useful when you write a document is inserting tabs. A tab is a preset stop on the page lines which is regulated, which is activated by, once you defined on the page, pressing the tab key. So let us say that now I have to enter something like name, then address, and then ranking, or say position. I want these three variables, these three headers, being part of a list, and then I want to write the name of the people. So this is the tab symbol. Once click on this tab, I use the left tab for the moment. The L that will appear here. I may set a prefixed point on the ruler that will apply to the page, where then the text will begin by pressing the tab key. Normally, by pressing the tab key, you go from 0.5 to 1 to 1.5 to 2 to 2.5 and so on and on. Sometimes you want to locate position yourself. Let's say I want to give the name 2.7, 1.7. Click here. You see the small L now? That's a tabbing point. Then I leave a long place to the address, and I position here a tab for the position. So I now press the key tab here, and that moves along this position. And then I click, let's call it ranking, so we don't make mistakes. Pressing tab, this goes straight to the point where my left tab my third left tab is position. So John Doe address, Gazziano Avenue, New York, ranking first. John Doe, actually not die. John Doe, and then I don't know. Well. Tina Turner. She also lived in the Gazziano Circle 24 LA, and she's second, and so on and on. That's the use of tab. Next in line is how to create lists. You can create a bulleted or numbered list, quickly adding bullets or number using the buttons that are on the Home tab, and the possibility to choose from the bullet library the type of bullet that you want. It might also be an image, it might be a special symbol. You can set it as you want. And of these lists, there are one particular type of list which is very important. You may have bulleted list, numbered list, or hierarchical list, multi-level list. A multi-level list is this one. A multi-level list changes the style of headings. It makes the headings become numbered. All heading 1 will start with a number. All headings 2 will start with number dot number. So it will be 1, 1.1 for heading 2, 1.1.1 for heading 3, and so on and on along the document. Okay, let me show you what a multi-level list is and how it works. We have a nice document on the Kingdom of Bhutan with its headings correctly defined. This introduction is a heading 1, then going down I have a heading 2, I have another heading 1, then another heading 1, and then a few headings 2. This is a very good document. It's one of you who wrote it. And now, this is the table of contents. Okay. If this was a long technical document, it would be useful to have these headings numbered. 1, introduction, 2, etymology, 3, history, 3.1, the origin, 3.2, 3.3, 3.4, numbering the chapters and the subchapters. This can be done with just a click by using this system here, multi-level list or multi-level list or multi-level list, depending if you're in Scotland and Britain or wherever else in the world. Particularly when you click here and select this type of a multi-level list here, this list here, this special button from the multi-level list applies a numbering to all headings. Clicking here, I will change the headings. Check what happens to introduction. Or even, let's go further. Check what happens to etymology, history, and the origin when I click here. 3, 2, 1, done. Etymology is chapter 2. History is chapter 3. The origin is chapter 3.1. See the difference? This is being done just clicking on the multi-level list here, that applies to the headings. This button here associates a numbered list to the heading of the document. Very, very powerful. So powerful that zooming now out, updating the table of contents, the table of contents clearly shows the numbered list. Now we have an error here, which I didn't see. It's been defined as heading 1, an entire chapter. Chapter 4. This is not a heading 1. This is, of course, normal style. Yeah. Okay. So saving and reloading this update table of contents, update entire table time. That's correct now. So we have applied a multi-level list of this kind, this multi-level list that associates numbering with headings, and we have introduced a numbered structure to the headings of this document. Very useful if it's a long document, if it's a technical report, if it's a specific material that it's useful to have this kind of numbering applied.